now is what I've done today is I've got Tatsuma, my son. He did Aikido quite a few years ago, so he has a bit of experience. Haley, his girlfriend, doesn't even know what Aikido is. I pulled her, got her out of bed, phoned her up, and asked her to come. So it'll be good to show you what we can do. The purpose of this video is to show you how to fall properly and safely. Whether you're 5 years old or a guy 50, a beginner walking into the dojo, or for senior people. I'm not saying it's right, but this is the way I've developed over the years, so keep that in mind. First thing the most important thing is we want to slap on our forearms. We don't want to come down on our elbows, nor do we want to come down on our wrists. We want to take maximum impact on here. So we don't want to just fall, because that jars us. We want to actually be aggressive at the mats. So if you keep in mind, we have a small triangle here, and this forms a triangle. We don't want to dive forward. Okay, we're going to hit the mats, move in front of our feet, drop our butts down to there. And again, down. Okay, so that's why if you just move over a bit, and then Haley there, so make a triangle, and you don't stop the mats, go ahead. Go ahead, triangle. You do. And again, up. Okay, so usually now we just do a bit of a warm-up and get him used to falling. So I'll have Tatsuma throw me. So basically grab here, he punches, okay, opens, and he just cuts down. Go ahead, I hang on. It's very important to hang on. And then I come over, I slap the way I showed you. This foot comes here, and this foot comes over here. The common mistake people make, besides letting go, is they come here, and they shoot your feet out here, and come here. You need to come one, slap, feet up here, and feet over here. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to try it quickly. Perfect. And the other side, here, 1, 2, 3. Good. We'll try it with Haley. She's very nervous. That's very hard. So just sit down. Good. Okay. So slap. 1. Beautiful. The other side, really good. Yeah. Slap. Good. Okay. Good. So we want to get the kids falling properly. First thing I do, regardless of age, is once they're sitting square, is basically I get them just to grab their knee, and then they can just let their weight do the work. So they drop your bum down. What people do is they tend to lean back, and then they come here and panic, and then they hurt themselves. You can't expect a young child or someone my age to come in off the street and fall backwards. It doesn't make sense. Grab your knee. All you want to do is drop your butt down, but gravity do its work. Keep it here and pull it all the way back up. Okay, let's try that. Right foot forward, back foot sideways, grab your knee, and just go down. Let your bum drop. Keep tight and pull yourself all the way back up. Work the abs. Good. Change your feet. Foot sideways at the back, grab your knee, drop down, pull yourself all the way up. Good, easy money. Now, if you make an X, this time the most important thing here is you need to drop your bum down. 5, and it's between my shoulders. Okay? What happens is when people have problems falling is they overextend so their hips want to twist. So from here, I can sit here all day. If I overextend, I want to twist, and how am I supposed to fall properly? Conversely, people put their foot back here, and they should just be able to sit naturally. What happens is, even if I sit like this and I bend my back, I can't sit there for long. So how do you expect me, when I'm up here, to stand like this? So what I want the kids to do is we're going to sit like this and sit down with our feet flat like this. Okay, that's so shoulder. Okay. Now from here, David. Good. Sideways, the foot should be sideways. Slap. Excellent. All the good. Again. Excellent. Okay, try one more. Slap. Good. Change your feet. Try the other side. I think you can. stand up. And the main concern people have when standing is they get scared because they're so high up. We'll use Tatsuma. I'll explain a couple things. Then we'll use Haley. So from here, we're going to grab the wrist. We're going to grab the wrist. The most important thing to remember when you're being thrown is the majority of the time, 99% of the time for Ukemi is if Tatsuma's grabbing with the right hand, his right leg will go down. Or another way to remember it is it's always usually the side that's closest to your partner. So that would be his right side. So I'm going to slide forward, and I can indicate to him too, if you're teaching a kid or an older person, put that foot down. So he should be able to sit properly. That's the same position he was in to start class. No difference. Stand up, please. I can't have Tatsuma here and expect him to bend your back. Okay, take Ukemi, take Ukemi. You can't even stand like that. Why should you fall like that? Or a person my age comes in off the street, I can't even bend my back. So, I have Tatsuma put his foot down. Okay, now he's going to hang on, he's going to drop his bum and slap. Perfect. Okay? Another thing I do when we're teaching children is you can grab here. That way, because the kids let go a lot of times. So put your foot down. So that way I have them, if they let you guys go, I have more control. Okay, now I'm going to throw Haley. Left foot forward. Okay, so good. Stand up. Let me do it. Okay, hang on. Good. So, Haley's not hanging on very tightly. So in her case too, I would grab just for her own safety. Now her main concern is she's kind of scared because she's falling from up top. So what I want to do is just put your foot down, please. Yeah, so your foot would be exactly the same. Let's try it again. Stand up. Losing the head. Left foot forward. Oh, left foot forward. Okay. Just step back and put your foot down. So always silent. Good. Now hanging on. So she's just going to remember what I taught her. Drop your bum down. Slap. Okay, now we're going to have the element of kaiten ukemi. Kaiten doesn't mean wheel. Kaiten means to revolve or rotation. So in this case, Tatsuma's going to slide forward. I'm hanging on. Okay, he throws me. I slap. I come up here. And when I come up over here. That puts a couple meters between Tatsuma and myself. I don't want to go here. Slide forward. I don't want to come here and then come up back like this. There's no need to. You want to create distances for your own safety. Okay, it's also important I hang on as long as possible. Okay, slap. I'm still hanging on. I come here and I get up a couple meters away. As opposed to getting up like that. I'm way too close. There's no need to be in such a hurry. I've never been thrown at Hambu or Embukais. I've never had to be in a rush. Another important aspect of doing kaiten ukemi is he throws me, I get up, catch my breath. I'm in the other hami, and I can come forward and I have my proper distance. I don't need to be in a rush. I've never had to do it in a rush. You can speed it up. Tatsuma's going to throw me, and it's important, I always felt, to come back in a straight line. For example, here's our line on the tatami. My foot's on the line. Tatsuma slides. If I let go prematurely, I splay out, for lack of a better word. By hanging on, not only do I keep the connection, it's safer for myself. I come here, I slap, I still have connection, and that allows me to take the impact. I come here, then I get up. Notice I'm completely on the same line. All right, with Tatsuma. So left foot on the line. Okay, here. Put your foot down. So I can control. He hangs on, slap, and he gets up over there. Excellent. Haley, let's see our beginner. Very nervous. Left foot forward. Left foot on the line, please. Okay, just hang on. Notice once again, she's got a bit of a weak grip, so I just grab her. Put your foot down. Good. Okay, so drop your bum, slap, and get up straight up there. Okay, another major concern beginners have, as I found out, is once you involve the neck, it scares them a little bit, rightfully so. By dropping yourself down to a height you're comfortable at, it takes away the fear. For example, Tatsuma, I'm going to do a Riminage here. I'm going to do a Riminage, Tenshinage, whichever you prefer to call it. So I come to here. It's kind of scary for a beginner. If I just tell Tatsuma to put his foot back, he sits where he's comfortable. Now his height is basically dropped in half, and he's comfortable with falling from here. As I said before, it's the very first technique we've done. Easy money. So I have him there, drop your foot down. Now I can throw him. If I throw him down, what happens is Nage throws out. So the person wants to splay back. I should always throw down, and he just comes down there. Very, very easy. I can't expect Tatsuma to come here, bend your back. I can't expect Tatsuma as a beginner. Okay, bend your back, okay, I'm going to throw you now. Well, you can't even stand like that. It hurts and it's awkward. And someone my age, I probably couldn't do it. So just take him to where you're comfortable. Put your foot down. You sit comfortably. Drops his bum, slaps, goes back to Ukemi, and gets out properly. Good. Now we'll take Haley, who hasn't been thrown this way before. She's probably a little bit nervous. Haley, the raw beginner, so she's going to keep all these things in mind that I taught her. She's grabbed with her left hand, so she knows her left foot will go behind her. If she's really nervous, it'll be the side closest to me. So, I haven't done anything yet. Okay. Now, I'm going to throw Haley. So, put your foot down. Good. So she just sat naturally. She doesn't have to reach back. She just sits down, drops her bum down, and slaps. Beautiful, and she gets up. Okay, the next thing we want to do is what happens is you prematurely release your grip. So, in this case, what happens is I'll have Tatsuma throw. Slide forward. So, go ahead. As he comes here, you put your foot down and you've released. Now, from here, what happens with the beginner is you freak out, you reach back here, and you're falling from such a distance, you're going to hurt yourself. What you need to do is, once again, if you release early, is to decrease your height by half again. So by saying that, Tatsuma comes here, he throws me. Okay, I've released. So in this case, instead of this hand, I'll stop with this hand first. That's reduced my height by half. Bam. Bam. Over. And then up here. So let's try that on the frame again. So we'll do that again. So I come here. I've released, so I want to cut my height in half. Here, here, over, and up. Basically, I'm just trying to take myself lower and lower, so that's safer. Let's try it with Tatsuma. My foot forward. So I get him to here, gets his foot down. Now, he let go, so he slaps, he gets up there. Very nice. Let's try it with a raw beginner. Okay, keeping with the same theme of reducing the height for safety. Another example I can use, and it's a great example with a beginner, is Koshinage. So what happens here, it doesn't matter from which, I grab Tatsuma, and I'm going to throw him. Now, a lot of people tend to grab up here. I'm not saying it's wrong. The problem with grabbing up here is when Tatsuma goes to fall, see how far away from the mats he is? He can't self-arrest. I want to drop the height down lower, so that when I throw Tatsuma, he grabs here. I can also hold him, but at least he's here. So by him grabbing lower, when I throw him, see, he can self-arrest if he needs to. He's not pulling from up here. That was very nice. Let's try Haley. Okay, like I said, first, she doesn't even know what Aikido is, so we're going to try it with her. We can always edit it out if there's liability issues, we can edit it out. So she'll grab where I showed her. Okay, she hangs on. Okay, and then just relax. Keep let you try and let your feet come away. Okay, one more time, that's fine. Yeah. Just let me do the throwing. Okay, so here. Haley reaches here. One more aspect I want to show, and a lot of people do it naturally. I found I needed to do it by thrown very, very firmly. It became a reaction. It gave me an extra cushion, an extra hit to take the impact. What I'm talking about is, Tatsuma's going to throw me here. So when I come back, I don't reach back. Chances are I'm being thrown straight down. So as I come down, I slap. I give it a little hit, boom. It's just one extra layer of protection for myself. What happens is, and people go to throw out. Tasma's going to throw me out. He wants to throw me for distance, so I have to arch my back. There's the responsibility on proper ukemi is for Nage to throw properly. So here I'm throwing down. So Tasma, put your foot down. Okay, I want to put him in proper position to fall properly. Just resist a bit. I'm not throwing out there. I put his foot down. Now throw down, boom. And he slaps. Okay, let's try with Haley. So, forward, please. So as I throw, slap the mat, slap, boom, boom, boom. Okay, and she hung on. We're going to do one more where she's going to slap, she's going to release, hit, and then go over everything we've taught her so far. So slap, perfect.
One more thing about Ukemi is I'm a firm believer that the onus of responsibility is on Nage to throw Uke properly. I can't expect Haley, nor Tatsuma, who has a bit more experience, to fall properly, let alone perfectly, in the first year or so, let alone the first hour of the class. So the responsibility is on me to put Uke in proper position. For example, I have Tatsuma here, and I go to throw him with the Rimi Nage. But he gets behind me, so I can't expect him to fall properly or naturally because he stiffens up. All I have to do is, so I can't expect him to fall naturally or properly. So he's pushing forward or whatever. All I need to do is turn him so his foot comes around. Then he puts his foot down flat and falls. Put him in a position where he wants to fall. Another fine example I find is Rotational. People come here to throw Tatsuma, and Tatsuma might lean forward or, and then it comes down to who's stronger. So instead of doing that, and he's nervous so he shrinks up, all I got to do is move him. And then I put him in the position I want the partner to fall properly. The onus of responsibility is on Nage. For example, Katagori. Okay, people come here and they jerk. See how, kind of fall too well. People jerk, so he's going to jerk. You just go back so he comes forward. People come here, Shomanuchi Sankyo. They come here and drop down here, come up here. Kihan Waza, he's down here. Bring him up to me. And then do the throw. I don't want to jam the person. I don't want to hit him here, pull him in, and throw him. Okay? I just lead him. See how he has to step through? I just see how he steps through to where I want. Foot down and then throw. Okay, so the onus of responsibility is on Nage. So now we're going to focus on my Ukemi. The very first part we did where we slap. This is one of the reasons we do this. Obviously, it's involved in Shiru Ukemi. This is for my Ukemi. So what we're going to do is Ikkyo. We'll do the mote first. So Tatsuma. The easiest way, obviously, is always from Ihami, right before. Sorry, push one you step through instead. So we'll start from Ihami. So a common mistake that happens, and as I said, the onus of responsibility is on Nage, not Uke. If I push him, of course he's going to step. It hurts, and it's self-protection. I bring it up. As I cut down, he turns his toes, the direction he's facing, puts his knee down, and he can put his hand inside. So basically, once again, he's in the exact same position he is we started class. The only difference is he's up on his toe. Okay, now he's going to slap, and then I take him down. Okay, once more, we'll do that again. The other side. Go from here. So I don't want to push. Bring up. As I cut down, Tatsuma turns his toes. He always faces the direction he's going. This will become more important on later on. So down. His hands there. Now he's not going to dive forward, he's just going to slap in front. Right there, even harder. Even harder. That's what we do. Is he smiling? Even harder! Even harder. And then we just take him out, he just slides forward, and his hand is here to protect. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. Let's try it with Haley. She's never seen this before. Right foot forward. So, grab here. Turn your toes. So notice with Haley, her toes, her center, her eyes are all in the same direction. This becomes very important later on. So she just goes down to her knee where she's comfortable. I like to keep the hand inside. That way she can always do my Ukemi roll. Okay, now she's going to slap the mat. She's going to go down. Now she's going to face away. She keeps her hand here. That protects her face. And when she taps, done deal. Okay. Now I'd like to do Ura. Once again, the onus of responsibility on throwing, especially if the beginner does on Nage. So what happens is, we'll just show them the Uchi. It's easier to show. Tatsuma's here. Show them the Uchi. So what happens is people come in to throw, and they come in like this with their hips square. So of course there's no room for Tatsuma to go around. I need to come in properly. I come in here. That way there's room to bring Tatsuma around. So as I turn, I cut down. And Tatsuma's going to step. He's basically putting himself in proper position to fall. And then from here, he can go down to his knee and slap. So basically, we've combined all the elements that we had. One more time. So, here. I come in here. Exactly the same as feet like the fist. Everything's the same. You don't enter like this. Okay, so I have Tatsuma here, lots of room. As I cut down, he steps. Good. Puts his foot down. Now slaps, and all the way down. What happens is, I come here, and I go, and my hips are like this, and I try and pull him, and he doesn't want to go. He stiffens up. So it's like, oh, you don't want to, so he automatically jerks, and I gotta try and do this. Well, that's why a person resists. You have to give them room to fall. Okay, so we'll take Haley now. So this one's a strike, so left foot forward. This is pretty good. So lots of room for her to move. As I cut down, she's going to step. Good. Put your foot down, inside foot down, and she's going to slap. Good. Pretty face looks over there. She's okay. And here, everything's safe. Perfect. Good. Okay, so we're going to do my Ukemi a bit more forward roll this time, safely, of course. So I had Tatsuma here from Miami, Ikkyo, Mote. He turns, and I asked him, you can go down and bring up, to keep the hand inside. Because if we're going to do my Ukemi, we want the hand here. We don't initiate it from down here. It's very awkward. So Tatsuma's going to roll forward. And one thing I want you to notice, as he goes over, he's going to slap with his hand. So over. Perfect. We'll do it from back here. It's very important to take the impact. So Tatsuma turns. Okay, so what I want you to notice is he's going to slap with this part. He's not trying to be soft and like a butterfly or whatever and be beautiful. He needs to take the impact so I can throw him harder. And then he comes up perfectly. Excellent. Let's try with Haley. So here, turns her toes. Okay, now from here, she wants to go by. And it's not wrong to let the person go by themselves where they're comfortable. As long as she remembers to try and slap here, she goes over. A little too late, we'll try it. So reach as you go. Again. So again. Okay, so she turns, puts her hand down. Now, she goes forward, she slaps. Oh, perfect. Okay. So another important part, as I stress, the responsibility is on Nage, is the element of Michibiku. That, for lack of a better word, in Japanese it means to lead the person. For example, I have Tatsuma here, and we're going to do Kotegashi. What happens is everyone comes here, and they try and cut and jerk and then do that. That's not the idea. What I want to do is I want to lead. So Tatsuma, I bring him forward. As I bring him forward, I'm entering at the same time. That's Michibiku. Instead of doing that, I'm leading him. So I come here, I turn, I bring Tatsuma around, put him where I want him, and then down. One more time. Over here, please. Okay, not like that. I want him going forward. So here, I turn, and then example, another prime example is, left foot forward, I hand. We're going to do EQ. Tatsuma's push down on me, or you're going to send an arm resist. Push. I can't reach him. All I'm going to do is bring him forward. Michibiku, I'm leading him. It's a responsibility that's on me. It's not, oh, you don't understand, or sometimes a person's being a jerk on purpose. Just bring him. Boom. Down. So, going back to the kote gaeshi. I bring Tatsuma through here. Okay, turning. Come around and I throw. Another example, Shomanuchi kote gaeshi. What happens is, I come here, I turn, and I bring Tatsuma here. And he's right in front of me, boom. Okay? It's here, I turn that way, and I lead him here. And then down. Okay, so it has to be proper techniques on Nage's part also. Okay, this ties in with a lot of things, but for example, with Michibiku leading, there's a couple ways of doing a leading Nage. One way, I take Tatsuma. Here's Shomanuchi. Okay, I'm going to cut him down. Okay, we want to stop on the inside hand. That's the hand I don't want to stop on. Okay? Slap on the inside. So I take Tatsuma here. He's going to come down, and he's going to slap here. He cuts down. Once again, to emphasize Ukemi, where Tatsuma let go prematurely, so he slaps. So here, and then over. The same thing can be done, for example, Irimi Nage. So this hand is going to stop. The inside hand. I bring Tatsuma here. This hand stops. This knee comes back. Then he comes around, steps around, and I put him where I want him and down. Okay? Or if I want to lead him more in the Michibiku aspect, Shomanuchi here. Instead of a rosu, instead of cutting down, I bring him around to where I want him. If I haven't brought him around far enough, here, he has a step, or he's there, okay? Just bring him to where I want him. Foot down, and he falls naturally. Okay, once again in Ukemi, it's a lot of times it comes down to whether the partner follows or doesn't follow. It's not their fault whether they follow or not. No one's right or wrong. You have to be able to adapt to each situation, but at the same time, you have to have proper Ukemi. For example, I have Tatsuma here. We'll do a revert. Okay. So once again, Tatsuma steps through. He's going to put his foot down and falls. Easy. Okay? Hey, let's try that. Over here. So Haley comes through. Good. Foot down and just. Perfect. Okay, now. Haley, sit down, please, Tatsuma. Now, in this case, your partner didn't follow. It's not my fault, it's not his fault. Okay, I brought him through. Uh-oh. So, me as senpai, or as Nage, how can I get mad at him? It's not his fault. But all the time you see teachers or senpai getting mad at a beginner. It's so wrong. Tatsuma didn't come through. He's there. Then I need to tenkan. Okay, put your foot down and slap. The technique can still be done. Haley. So this is Haley's very first time in Aikido. I can't expect her to follow properly. So she came through here. Oh, okay. So I just tenkan. Put your foot down. Just put, and drop your bum and slap. Perfect. Okay? That's exactly what we want to see. So the onus of responsibility is on me to throw her properly. It's very important that instructors and senpai remember that you shouldn't be getting mad at your students because they don't fall properly. Okay, for the finale, what everybody wants to do ultimately is, as Tobu Ukemi, or lack of a better word, is air time. Okay? Once again, we need to take the fear out of air time. So you always start from the simplest denominator, which is Ushiro Ukemi. So, for example, hey, we'll do kote gaeshi. Okay, so all Haley has to do is put her foot down, slap, and over. Okay? Now, we'll take Tatsuma and we're going to do air time. So the most important thing about air time to remember is we want to be lined up. So when I say that, our eyes, our center, and our toes all need to face the same direction. What happens is I go to throw Tatsuma, and you do air time, and his hips are open, so he splays out, or he gets hurt. What I need to do, he needs to face the direction he's going. So he's going to face this way, so his toes turn, same way we did for Ikkyo. His center is lined up, and his eyes are in the same direction. And he's just going to come straight over. When you run into trouble is when you open your hips, or your toes are not facing one way. So face the direction, and all I need to do is 1, 2, 3, boom, over. One more time. Let's do a bit of that. So he turns. Okay. Now 1, 2, 3. Okay. So the next one, of course, is Shihonage. I actually believe that Shihonage is easier than the Gotegaishi, but we'll let Tatsuma decide in a minute. So first we'll throw a Haley, just a regular way, and then we can do air time. Successful air time. So we have Haley here. So this one we'll do Gakurani. Yep. Haley just grabs. I just bring her through. I turn. Okay. So the side closest to me, right now, she just puts her foot down and slaps. So from here, I step through. I turn. Haley puts her foot down and drops her arm down and slaps and gets up away. Easy. Now, what we want to do is bring Tatsuma up. So the most important thing is, and let me premise it this way, when I'm throwing Tatsuma, Shihonage, I don't face over here. My eyes, my center, my toes are lined up towards him. So I expect the same from him. So when he's going to fall, he turns his toes, his center, everything's lined up. I'm lined up, he's lined up. And then he's basically just going to come straight over that way. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Very simple, very easy. Okay, sit down, please. Okay, now let's combine all the following we've done, hopefully safely. So what I like to do first on Kokyunage, Shomichi Kokyunage, is I like to start seated. So, for example, Tatsuma's here, Shomichi. Okay, I cut in, I cut down, I throw, and then I come over here. Okay, we can do that with Haley. Haley over here, please. So, I cut in here, I just throw down, she slaps, and all the way over and up. Perfect. So now the next step is I'm going to call Haley up, and we're going to do it from standing. So once again, we all know it's Haley's first class. So the same technique, Shomanuchi, I can't expect her to go flying through the air. So, very easy, get her to where she's comfortable. Put your foot down, drop your bum and slap. And all the way up and out. Beautiful. That's really nice. So, the next thing we can do is we can do my Ukemi, forward roll. So we can call Haley up once again. So we left foot forward. So okay, now, of course, for me to throw her from here, the natural tendency for a lot of people is they want to throw for distance. I want to throw down. So, what I want to do here, and maybe she's a little bit nervous still, she can just put her foot down, put her hand inside like we've gone over, and she can throw herself. Okay, we'll do it again without swinging your bladder. Okay. So we're here, Haley puts her foot down, hand inside. The most important thing is you don't want to swing your rear end out. Okay, you keep everything lined up, I've talked about that, and she just goes over. Good, okay, now from here, we can do it from standing. Tatsuma's a bit more comfortable standing. So from here, foot forward. So Tatsuma gets to where he's in a position. Once again, I don't throw out, I just throw down, and he goes forward and over. Perfect. Now, to finish off, what we want to do here is we have Tatsuma. I'm going to throw. I'm using my hips here. Now, everything's lined up with Tatsuma. I'm not throwing out, I'm throwing half of tatami in front, and I'm just going to cut down. So 1, 2, 3, and cut down. He fell perfectly. It's very safe. I'm not even going to ask Amy to do that. It's not necessary in hour number 1. But from what I've shown you, and I've done it at seminars, we can do all this within 1 hour and take people up to air time. The most important thing is to be safe and to be smart about it. Okay? Arigatou gozaimasu.